So across the street, we have the Department of Surgery has research laboratories. It's over there on the 9th floor of Sanger Hall and on the 8th floor. And over there, we have research facilities like you would find anywhere else. We have small wet labs that we do cell and molecular biology work. We have procedure rooms and operating rooms where we do translational work, including operations. Unfortunately, they've gone downhill a little bit. So what we've decided to do is got the initiatives together to renovate about 5,000 square foot of that area, okay, on the 9th floor. And the renovations will bring everything up to code. So when you turn on the operating room lights, they come on actually, for a change. And things will work, and it will be modified so that it will become GLP compliant. Okay, now GLP compliance will allow us to do FDA testing, as Dr. Klausner had mentioned. That'll be important in a minute. So as these renovations come online, it will allow us to do 3 major operations over there in that new facility. One will be surgical education. So we'll now be able to train doctors from the Richmond area, the local area here and around the mid-Atlantic area, to do procedures that other places are now taking, like Baylor and so on. So we can train people here at VCU or hold seminars to do training in new developments in minimally invasive surgery and whatever. The second application will be the development of the GLP testing facility. And what we'll do there is be able to bring in industry partners that want to actually develop drugs and develop devices. So with the GLP certification, we can now test those for the FDA. So what that does is it ups the price. So just a little anecdote. When I came here, having NIH money, as you know, is cyclical. It goes up and it goes down. So when you're in the downside of it, when you're in the trough, and you have to fund your people, you're in trouble, right? So for the last decade and a half, we learned that in addition to designing experiments and doing other things, that we could actually provide a service. And so industry partners that I knew, that were friends of mine in industry, that were CEOs and chief scientific officers, would come to me and they would say, well, can you test this drug in your model of organ transplant preservation injury? And we'd say, sure. So we would do that for them, spend 6 months and charge them $250,000. Okay, so some of that money paid for the technical staff and some of it was banked into the MCV Foundation. So I said, well, if we can do that for my lab, why can't we do it for the whole Department of Surgery? So we decided that we'd become GLP certified so that we could bring in bigger money from FDA projects, and that will generate hopefully a ton of money that we can add more seed programs for developing our own internal projects, as well as doing things like paying technicians so that we don't have to lay them off and slow down research. And the final application of this new facility will be the development of an organ reanimation laboratory. So what we intend to do there is bring organs from patients that expire in our emergency department, bring them over to the laboratory, reanimate them to the point where they're translatable, and then send them back across the street. And so that, hopefully, at some point in time, will be a self-sustaining project of its own. So we will be able to bill for those organ services, because we have the technology to do that. So we have the organs, we'll build the facility, and make it so. And those are the 3 major advances that are going on across the street. Maybe by this time next year, it'll be operational.